Hi everybody, Jeremy here from Video Studio, and today I'm going to share with you how to recreate that percentage title from our Infographic 2.0 title pack. So if you're ready, let's check it out. Alright, so in Davinci Resolve right now we're on the edit page, and the first thing I want to do is bring a new Fusion composition in my timeline. Then we can go over to Fusion. Once in Fusion, the first thing I want to do is bring here a new background and link the output of that background to the media out. Then I'm just going to reduce the alpha channel down to 0 to gain transparency. Next, I'm going to bring a new background again in my working area and link the output of that background to my background 1. I'm going to change here the color of the background to white. And then still with the background 2 selected, I'm going to click on the rectangle to create a rectangular mask. This rectangular mask is going to help us to create our line. So here I'm going to adjust the width to 0.25 and then here the height to 0.005. Then here I'm just going to go to my viewer and just zoom 200% so we can see a bit more what we're doing. Then I'm going to select my rectangle 1 and here we're just going to make a rounded corner by increasing the corner radius up to 1. We're then just going to select our rectangle 1 and the background, copy them, and then paste them right next to it. I'm going to then link the output of that background to the merge to. Now let's change that background to red. And basically now we've created a white line and a red line above it. Now I'm going to select my rectangle 1, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste an instance. Then I'm going to link the output of that instance to my merge. Now we can go to our rectangle right here and bring the position here to the edges of the line. So we're gonna go and move the X position to 0.375. Moving it that way allows us now to have that control with the width where we can just increase the value of the line, like there is some progression going on. And we're able to do that because here we have this instance mask that is just blocking that line. As you can see now, if I'm playing with the width, one part is masked and doesn't appear on screen, and the other one is contained within that mask. Now I'm going to do one last trick, and I'm going to make my white line smaller than the red line, just to make a bit of difference between the two. So I'm going to go over to the mask instance, and here I'm just going to right click on border width, and I'm going to de-instance. Then I'm going to go back to my rectangle 1, and then here I'm going to reduce the border width a little bit. If we zoom in, as you can see, that's just a slight difference, but in my opinion, that just helps to make the design a tiny bit better. Now we're gonna add our text. So I'm gonna add my first text and link the output of that text to the merge to. In that first text, we're gonna write battery life. We're gonna change the font for pop-in and reduce the size. Then I'm gonna change the H anchor here to left, and I'm gonna adjust the position to have it align on the left side. Then I'm gonna bring my second text and I'm gonna link it here to my merge. And then here I'm gonna write 75%, change the font for pop-in. And then here we're gonna go over to shading. We're gonna select element number 4, enable it. We're gonna switch the color from blue to red. Then we're gonna extend the horizontal and we're gonna increase the round. Now we can go back to text and we can reduce the size. But as you can see, if we zoom in, now that we're adjusting the size, the round doesn't behave properly. So we're gonna have to go back to shading, and here we're just gonna have to increase the extended horizontal. So I'm gonna change that for 5, a bit more, maybe 8, and perfect, we should be good. Now let's just adjust finally the position. We can unzoom and adjust the position right there. Now we have our final design. We just need to make some animation and connection so the length of our line represent the percentage amount that we have there. All right, so the first thing is I want to create a custom control. To do that, I'm gonna go over to rectangle. Then here we're just gonna right click on the rectangle and we're gonna select edit control. Now I'm gonna create a new control. So we're gonna call it percentages. Here we're gonna switch from user to control. I'm gonna select slider control, and range, we're gonna go from 0 to 100. Then click OK to create it. And as you can see, we've created a new percentage slider that we can just adjust right here, going from 0 to 100. But as for now, it's not connected to anything, so we're gonna need to connect that. We're gonna connect that with the width with an expression. So I'm gonna right click on the width, I'm gonna click expression, and then here we're just gonna write a simple expression. But first I want to rename my node because we're gonna need to have the name of that node in the expression. So here I'm gonna select the node, hit F2 on my keyboard, and I'm gonna name it bar. Now we can go to the width and we're gonna write bar dot percentage slash 200. And now we've basically connected the percentage to the width. If I'm adjusting the percentage slider, as you can see now, it's reacting accordingly. But one thing, please be careful that you're writing exactly the name of your node that include the mesh. So here it's majuscule B. It's very important that it's the exact same name as your node, then dot, and the exact same name as here, the slider that you created. It's capital sensitive, so just be careful with that. Then we're gonna go over to our percentage text to make it reactive to that bar. To do that, we're gonna go over to text, and here we're just gonna do an expression as well. We're gonna right click, create an expression, and then here we're just gonna write floor, parenthesis, bar, dot, percentage, and close parenthesis. So again, here, make sure that it's the exact same name as your node and your slider. And then you can write dot, dot, then quotation mark. And then here, we're just gonna do percentage and quotation mark. And as you can see, it's just pulling out naturally the value that is in our bar slider. So now if we make any adjustment here in the percentages, it's reflected in the text. If you wish to have dollar here instead of percentages, you can just swap that right here. So here you could switch that for dollars, euro, or whatever other sign that you want at the end. Also, if you wish to increase the number within the thousand range, you can just do that right here by adding a bunch of zero afterwards, and it will be again reflected right there. And so now if you make modification to the bar, it will just be adjusted to be 1000 to whatever zero you just add after it. Right now, we're just gonna do percentage, and we're pretty much done. Now we just need to make an animation in. To do that, I'm gonna start by here going to frame 15, and I'm gonna drop a keyframe on the rectangle right there, on the width at 0.25, and then we're gonna go to frame 0, and we're gonna reduce the width at 0. Then I'm gonna go to my first text, and here I'm just gonna add a mask to it. I'm gonna reduce the height of that mask, and then just put my text within the mask. So now we can just keyframe the text outside of the mask. So I'm gonna go to text 1, go to frame 22, here drop a keyframe on the position, and then I'm gonna go to frame 10, and I'm gonna move the text outside of the mask. Then we're gonna go at frame 50, we're gonna go to the bar, and we're gonna drop a keyframe on the percentage to whatever value we want to be the final value. So in my case, that's gonna be 75. I'm gonna drop a keyframe on that at frame 50, and then I'm gonna go to frame 16, and I'm gonna bring the percentage down to 0. Then here I'm gonna go to my text 2, hit shift space on my keyboard, search for transform, and bring a transform node. Here on a transform at frame 50, we're gonna drop a keyframe on the position, and then we're gonna go to frame 16, and we're gonna bring that text to the edge of the line right there. Then I'm gonna select my transform, hit shift space on my keyboard again, search for brightness node, and bring that in. I'm gonna activate the alpha channel of that brightest and contrast node. Here, drop the gain at 0 and put a keyframe on that, and go to frame 30 and increase the gain back to 1. Now we're gonna smooth out all those animation by going to the spline, make some space so we can see what we're doing. I'm then gonna just select everything we've just created. Click zoom to fit to make sure that we have all point visible. Select all the keyframe point that we've just placed. Hit S on our keyboard to smooth out the curves, then hit T to just bring the ease in and ease out. And we're gonna increase the ease in at 85. And now if we play it, we got our final animation. I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, you can download that title by clicking the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this title and you want to see more, there is a full pack available on our website. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye! Speed up your workflow and create better videos using the pack available on our website, including titles, transition, and templates, but only for Davinci Resolve. Get started today by downloading our free starter pack containing a compilation of 20 titles curated from our library. Link in the description below or at videodjastudio.com.